Hi, I'm going to share you Chapter 5, Scammers Avenue. The title of this section is Runaway Tourist. Beware when there are runaway tears, runaway feelings, runaway trust, runaway tongue with a runaway tourist. Lugano, Switzerland, 24th of December 2006. When you tend to believe the goodness of a person, sometimes your better judgment is clouded and moved by your generosity, kindness, pity, compassion, empathy, and sympathy. Laura could have been wiser than be carried away by the tears and moving story of a certain Filipino lady from Sorengo who sent her SMS with emergency pressure while she was in the church. She met her for the first time in a Christmas party, a gathering she often avoided because of wagging tongues of curious people on how she is coping up and her girls in her divorced state. Many hushed talks behind her back, but re-echoed accidentally reaching her ears, tactless, insensitive, judgmental, narrow-minded assumptions and hearsay on how she and her daughters have lived through all these years. A particular oversized Swiss lady, married to a hard-working, musically talented Filipino man, introduced herself as Leticia. Tailing at her side was a shy Filipino lady whom she remembered as a thirsty 30-something Trixia. Thirsty 30-something means thirsty for a better life, hoping for an immediate Swiss husband to catch prior her tourist visa expires and hungry for friends whom she can use at her own end. How she wished those telltale signs of a friend in need, a hidden opportunistic aura of Trixia, was more obvious, but Lara was blinded to see the only goodness of any person, and she was not aware what Trixia was up to. Trixia repeatedly told her how enchanted and charmed she is of the beautiful Alps, and of much better stature of living in abroad. Letitia on the other side was sizing her up, with frequent, friendly but intrusive queries about her status, her job, how she landed in a very good office job, and many personal things in her life. Letitia's effective way out to extract honest answers from Lara was to give her compliments on how she speaks very fluent Italian without any foreign accent. As usual, Lara's friendliness reigned, and her unguarded compassion crawled out, followed by her frank answers to every digging queries as she honestly revealed what she had passed through the years. A week after the Christmas party, another friend warned her that Leticia started to badmouth her among other Filipinos in Gentilino, the richer area of Lugano, and the ridiculous part, this was witnessed by her Swiss-German colleague who informed her that she met a fat Swiss woman who was talking about Lara Speranza, a Filipino divorcee who made it in the career world and not in the domestic helpers area. According to her colleague, the fat woman talked with harsh comments and how trusting Lara could be, and that if she were truly smart, she wouldn't be telling around how her marriage broke, how she found a job, and how she and her growing kids are struggling to survive. According to Leticia, Lara is an example of a Filipino who twisted her values and became flexible for a much better Swiss life. Lara learned that Leticia is one of the worst gossip mongers in Gentilino. It was a mistake to honestly answer her curious queries. Was maybe better that she told her a lot of bullshit. She wanted to believe, after all, the fat woman seemed to find joy by gossiping about other people's lives. What an ill-fated mutt. On December 24, while Lara, Athena, and Genevieve were on their way to the church, she got an urgent call from Trixia, who was crying, followed by an SMS that she needed badly for her help. She could not turn to anyone, not even her uncle, nor her uncle's wife, Leticia. After the Eucharistic celebration, Lara met Trixia near the lake and invited her home for lunch. It was Christmas Eve, and usually it is an annual trio celebration. Lara, Genevieve, and Athena, plus a trip somewhere just before New Year. Lara's Christmas bonus goes to a memorable fun trip in abroad with her girls after Christmas, but this year they save it for a future trip to Neuschwanstein and Capri. She pitied the situation of Trixia. She could not stand her tears, especially when she mentioned being maltreated by Leticia. So the gossip monger has a big fat secret, just like her stout build. Lara, I want to hide in your apartment for some days. Leticia orders me to go back to the Philippines once my tourist visa expires. That's the proper way to do, Lara told her. No, I don't want to go back. I want to remain here. I heard that there are many illegal compatriots in Campione. You've been here long, so how do I go to Campione? Trixia's panic-stricken face, her determined voice to remain as an illegal, and who knows who was the person who told her about Campione. So Lara thought it was wisest to frankly tell her the facts, details, complications, disadvantages, and risk of being illegal in the Swiss grounds. She mentioned about not being covered with medical insurance, very low offer in salary, risk in not contributing properly in the old age plan, even while working so hard as an illegal domestic helper in some homes, the risk of being caught and other more disadvantages. Trixia, you're putting your uncle and his wife in a precarious position. If they keep you illegally and you get caught, they will be banned to invite any other relatives or friends from the Philippines. Besides, even if you think you can hide in Campione, someone may still recognize you and tell where you are. But many others do so. Be an illegal, Trixia replied stubbornly. Those others who are illegal came here from another point of entry. For example, they were invited from Italy or from another canton in Switzerland and they hide in this region. Lara knows too that whoever is in that status will never tell how they did it, who did it for them, and if they are in black. These are all respectable hushed ground, better not asked nor touched in any topic with Filipinos, because they don't kiss and tell when it comes to protecting one's immigration status. Ah, you see, you know how this works. No, I heard how others do it, not only Filipinos but from other migrants. You'll be risking a lot if you become an illegal. How well do you know the Italian language in order to find a good job? Have you ever thought about that? Lara told her situations, so Trixia can reflect properly on various circumstances like finding a job as an illegal and having the Italian language as a barrier. In order to find a good job in the office, Trixia should learn well the language, and in 90 days she had been here, she said that she barely knows it. I'll learn it someday, Trixia said in a faint voice. Yeah, but you see, in Switzerland, to have a good job, learn at least two of the three national languages so others won't push you around, for easy adjustment and also for respect. There are four national languages in Switzerland: German, French, Italian, and Romansh. After lunch, Lara received three phone calls from Filipinos in Bellinzona, Lugano, and Quezon, asking her if she had seen Trixia. She just told them that when she sees Trixia, she'd tell her that they are all worried looking for her. Lara was studying Trixia's confused state. Three Filipinos are already looking for you. So when are you ready to go back to your uncle and his wife before they call me? Can't you just lie and cover me up? Trixia challenged her with big eyes. Trixia, if you noticed, I haven't given them any indication of lies or truth. I was merely neutral, that I let them know once I see you truly understand what you have to face the reality as an illegal. It can't work for long in a small canton like Tessin, especially with many curious gossip mongers. You're just discouraging me, Trixia burst into tears. She told her a long story why those Filipinos were looking for her, thinking she thought she could run to them for help. Instead, they are the first ones to hunt her into her uncle Leticia and maybe to the authorities. Lillian introduced me to this Italian guy, but he is fat and not a real gentleman. On our first date after dinner, he wants to get everything he could of me, like going to bed with him. Another Filipino tipped me to give in so maybe the guy will be hooked on me and marry me. Lara rolled her eyes in disbelief and disgust of cheap tricks of what others think might work to change a tourist visa into a fiancé visa. Trixia, not all men proposes marriage after a one-night stand. Not even when I performed well and satisfied him sexually, anything he can ever dream of. That query of Trixia made Lara realize that Trixia gave in to the tempting demands of first date basis, thinking it will be opening up to permanent resident visa. Now, this made her realize why the fat middle-aged man she saw in the lake with Trixia was calling for almost every hour. When Lara got Trixia from Lungulago, it was Lara's name which Trixia left to the fat aging guy. Lara is enlisted on the public directory, so it was easy to find her number. Lara didn't mention to Trixia the hourly call because it will surely freak her out. Not even if you were the first and last virgin in this world? Oh goodness, where is this conversation going? It won't help her down feelings, so Lara thought of further solutions to help Trixia out. And this fat old man wants me. He runs after me and says he will invite me again from the Philippines so I can come back after my visa expires, but I don't like him. He's very heavy in bed. Beggars can't be choosers, but then Trixia already ensnared the fat old man into sexual premises in exchange for papers promises. Look, I don't know the real score between the two of you, but if you wish to have good papers with the Swiss embassy or any embassy, what you need to do is go home when your tourist visa expires. Go back to your uncle and tell him that you have no intentions of remaining illegal. If this Swiss Italian man has true intentions for you, you can give it a try to get to know him when you get the fiancé visa. Lara received another dreamy look from Trixia while she was talking, and she thought, is she really listening or just simply hearing what she wants? But how can I trust this guy? Will he really invite me? Then I better remain here and be an illegal. It's so beautiful here, and life is much better in Switzerland. Trixia put up a very stubborn face, just like the children when in doubt or denied of something. Laura studied Trixia and her circus of emotions that day. Patience was not a common virtue of young, restless, and aggressive, desperate ladies who think the last trip to abroad or the last ride with men had passed her through. How much more if she would feel like that on the love department? That's all for today, and I'm going to read you the continuation of this Runaway Tourist on my next sharing of the excerpt. Thank you and have a nice day.